Assalamu alaikum class 10 9 students. Today we have to do our today's topic is about balanced diet, and it is starting from page number 151 in your book. Balanced diet. First of all, we will discuss what is a balanced diet. Its answer is very simple because our body needs different types of nutrients. So our body needs a specific amount of different foods in our body. So we should not take same type of food for a long time. It can cause so many problems in the body. So balanced diet. Humans require various types of nutrients in appropriate amount in their diet. So diet is the food on which an individual lives. So actually what is a diet? Diet is a food at which an individual can live. So now you will mark definition of balanced diet in your book given on page number 151. A balanced diet may be defined as the one which contains all the essential nutrients in correct proportion for the normal growth and development of body. What is a balanced diet? It is defined as the one which contains all the essential nutrients. All the essential nutrients, the nutrients which are important for our growth and for the development of our body. So essential nutrients in correct proportion, because you all of know we also discuss components of human food. They are consist of proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, dietary fiber, fats, and vitamins. Okay, so we have to take all these things in proper proportion. No, don't you take in extra amount. Okay, so you have to take in proper amount so they can help your body in growth and development of your body. So a balanced diet is related to one's age. Okay, so it is vary with your age, gender, your activity. It should include different types of nutrients and should be according to the energy requirement. For example, a person who is doing hard work and another person who is sitting in an office, they both are doing well, but they both need different quantity of amount of food in your body. A person who is doing hard work full day, he needs more proteins, more carbohydrates, and more energy as compared to those person who is sitting in an office and doing well, because physically he is not getting tired, but a person who is doing whole day, he is getting tired, so it needs more food as compared to a person who is sitting in a room. So now we will discuss the balance type. Uh, you can see on the page. This is your page number 152. Okay, so you can see gender has an impact on the requirements of balanced diet. Women have comparatively less metabolic rate than men of the same age and weight. So men need a balanced diet that provides comparatively more energy. So this is true. We are discussing that your gender, your age, your activity depends on your balanced diet. So gender also play important role on the requirements of your balanced diet. If there are women, okay, so women comparatively needs less amount of food as compared to men, because the metabolic activity rate is more less as compared to men. So men needs comparatively more energy, so they need more balanced diet. So different people had different lifestyles and varied nature of work. A man with sedentary habits does not require as much as energy as a man who is on his feet for most of the day. A person who do work all the day and always walk all the time, it needs more energy as compared to a person who is sitting in an office. So now we will see the table which is giving in your book. Okay, estimate energy requirements in kilocalories according to age, gender, and activity. So first of all, we will discuss the gender, then we will see the age, then we see sedentary, then we see a moderately active or then active. Okay, so first you can see, so in the table, first you can see there is a child, male and female. Age is between 2 and 3 years. Sanitary, it needs only 1000 kilocalories. But an moderate, a child who is doing moderate activity, it needs 1000 to 1400 kilocalories. And who is very active, it needs about 1000 to 1400 kilocalories. So next we will see the female. If female age is about 4 to 8 years, okay, sedentary it needs 1200 kilocalories, moderately it needs 1400 to 1600 kilocalories, and if it is active it needs 1400 to 1800 kilocalories. Now we will see age 9 to 30, 1600 kilocalorie normally, 1600 to 2000 if it is doing something, and if it is very active then it needs 1800 to 2200 kilocalories. Then there is the age of 4, 14 to 18, you can see 1800, 2000, and then 2400. 19 to 30 it needs 2000 per day, 2000 to 2200, and then 2400. If age is between 31 to 50, it needs per day 1800 kilocalories. Okay, moderately it needs 2000 kilocalories, and if it is active, it needs 2200 kilocalories per day. And 50 plus person, they need 1600 kilocalories. Moderately, it need 1800 kilocalories, and if they are very active, they need 200 to 2200 kilocalories. So like this, a table is given about male, and you will see that a table of male is totally different from ladies. So if age is between 4 to 8, in normal condition needs 1400, in active condition, in moderate condition needs 1400 to 1600 kilocalories, and in active it needs 1600 to 2000 kilocalories. In the age of 9 to 13, 1800 kilocalories, 1800 to 2200 kilocalories, and then 2000 to 2600. So like that we can see all these table. If age is between 31 to 50, it needs 2200 kilocalories per day. Okay. In moderate form need 2400 to 2600, and in active stage it needs 2800 to 3000. And 50 plus, it needs per day 2000 kilocalories. In moderate condition needs 2200 to 2400, and in active it needs 2400 to 2800 kilocalories. So this table help us that how much food we should take in per a day. Okay, so if we use this table, if we follow this table, we can maintain our balanced diet, and that help us to um, improve our health. Okay, now in this screen, this is page number 157, but we have to discuss page number 153. After 152 page, we will discuss the page number 153. Look at your tables. Okay, you can see here is a table is given analyzing and interpreting what do we eat. Record everything we eat and drink daily in a chart like this and calculate the amount of energy got from carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins. Compare the results with the energy requirements given. So you can see time breakfast, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You can do this table at your home, mid morning, then lunch, then mid afternoon, tea, dinner, and then extra. You have the food which you are taking, you have to put their kilocalories in this table, and at the end of the week you can calculate the kilocalories, how much calories you are taking, and then you can match with this table given on page number 152. Okay, so after that a new topic is that problems related to nutrition, means ke malnutrition. Okay, what problems a person can face if there is a lack of food in its body. So problems related to nutrition are grouped as malnutrition. It most often refers to undernutrition resulting from inadequate consumption, poor absorption, or excessive loss of nutrients. Now, what is the reason of problems? So these problems can be created due to inadequate consumption. Inadequate means lack of consumption, lack of absorption of food, poor absorption, or excessive loss of nutrient. And something excessive loss of nutrient is happened in the body. So malnutrition also includes overnutrition resulting from overeating or excessive intake of specific nutrients. But if you are taking specific, food at the same time, so because of that, it can cause of a lot of problems in the body. Okay, now you can see what is that most commonly. Most commonly, malnutrition people either do not have enough calories in their diet or eat a diet that lacks proteins, vitamins, or trace minerals. We also have discussed minerals can be grouped into two parts: major minerals and trace minerals. Major minerals are required in a large quantity and trace minerals are required in a small quantity. So most commonly malnourished people means most those people who have lack of food in their body. They do not have enough calories in their diet or eat a diet that lacks proteins. It means that they are taking less protein, taking less vitamins, and taking less trace minerals. So malnutrition weakens the immune system. So because of lack of food, a person's immune system can be weak. I have told you that immune system play very important in our body because it attacks against germs. It produces white blood cells in our body. Okay, so if your immune system begins to weak, it means your body is not able to fight against germs. So impairs physical and mental health. Definitely, due to that, your physical and mental health can be deteriorate and slows thinking. And your thinking begins to slow and stunt growth, means body will not grow properly and affects fetal development, and definitely it affect on reproductive system. So you can see there are many reasons of malnutrition which we have discussed on page number 153. Malnutrition weakens the immune system, okay, impairs physical and mental health, slows thinking, stunts growth, and affects fetal development. Then, then common forms of malnutrition include, so there are different forms of malnutrition. First is called protein energy malnutrition. Short form is called PEM. Mineral deficiency disease. Short form is MDD. And over intake of nutrition means OIN. So there are three forms of malnutrition are discussed in your book. First is PEM means protein energy malnutrition. Second is mineral deficiency disease means MDD, and over intake of nutrients means OIN. So first we will discuss the PEM, protein energy malnutrition. So before starting this, we will discuss the side table given on page number 153. According to the United Nations Children's Fund (UNICEF), malnutrition contributes to the deaths of more than 6 million children under age 5 each year because of malnutrition, because of lack of food, because of if a child is not taking appropriate food, it can cause of 6 million children death every year who are under age of 5. So this is a very critical situation. So malnutrition can produce many problems inside the body. So first we discuss the first form of malnutrition, that is protein energy malnutrition, and in the short form we call it PEM. Okay, so what is a PEM? This is a type of malnutrition. What is a PEM? So we will discuss protein energy malnutrition refers to inadequate availability or absorption of energy and proteins in the body. Protein energy malnutrition means inadequate availability. Inadequate means there is a not proper availability or absorption of energy and proteins in the body. Means कि in this process our body is not taking proper proteins, they are not absorbing proper energy, and there is a lack of availability of proteins in the body. It is the leading cause of death in children in developing countries. So it is the main cause of death in the children in poor countries, in developing countries. So PEM may lead to disease such as, so due to that PEM, children can caught by different diseases. Among them, there are two are important. First is called kwashiorkor and second is called marasmus. Okay, so now we will discuss the kwashiorkor, which is given on page number 154 in your book. Kwashiorkor. What is a kwashiorkor? In kwashiorkor, children may grow to normal height but are abnormally thin. You can also see the diagram. In the diagram, you can see there is a kwashiorkor child. In kwashiorkor, children may grow to normal height. Their height is normal but are abnormally thin. But they are very thin. They are very skinny. So what is the cause of kwashiorkor? It is due to protein deficiency. Its main reason is protein deficiency. Then age. Kwashiorkor can develop at any time during a child is growing, but more common at age of about 12 months when breastfeeding is discontinued. So kwashiorkor can be affect at any age of a child, but most common symptoms of this disease is about 12 months when a child stop its breastfeeding. Second is marasmus. Marasmus patient usually lose all their body fat and muscle strength and acquire a skeleton appearance. You can also see in the diagram. In this situation, our body loses its all fats, okay, and strength of its muscles, and its body becomes a skeleton. So children with marasmus show poor growth and look small for their age. What is the cause? The cause of marasmus is to protein deficiency. So which age of children can affect marasmus? Usually develop between age of 6 months and 1 year in children. So this disease can affect the children at the age of 6 months and between the 6 months and 1 year. Second form of malnutrition is mineral deficiency disease. Mineral deficiency disease means MDD. Mineral deficiency disease means MDD. It is also given on page number 154 in your book. So diseases resulting from deficiency of a mineral are relatively rare among humans. So some are given below. So some diseases are important. Number one is goiter and second is anemia. So what is the difference between two? First, we will discuss the goiter. Goiter is the condition in which thyroid gland becomes enlarged and it result in swelling in neck. I have also told you that different systems work in your body. So among them, there is a system which is called endocrine system. An endocrine system consists of glands, and these are glands which produce special hormone direct into our blood. And because of that, they also control many sudden situations, emergency situations, and many other situations in our body. For example, your sadness, your growth, your happiness, your emergency situation. Among them, there is a gland. This is called a thyroid gland, and they are present in our neck region above your esophagus. Okay, so along with your trachea. So when they are begin to swallow, so what is happen? Condition in the thyroid gland becomes enlarged. They become their size began to large, and it results in swelling in neck. So what is the cause of goiter? Goiter is caused by an insufficient amount of iodine in diet. When we are taking insufficient iodine in our body, it can cause of goiter. So that's why we have to say we should have to use iodized salt because it can reduce the risk of goiter in the human body. Iodine is used by thyroid gland to produce normal functioning and growth. So iodine is very important because it produces special hormones in the body which control the body functions and growth. Second is that because of mineral deficiency disease is anemia. Anemia means most common of all mineral deficiency diseases. It means all important mineral mineral deficiencies produce diseases. So the term anemia literally means a lack of blood. So what are its causes? The condition is caused when number of red blood cells reduce to a level lower than normal. It is a disease in which the growth of red blood cells began to low. They never produce at a proper amount. So because of that, a person become anemic. It has a lack of blood in its body, and we all of know in our body we need approximately 5 liter to 5.5 liter blood. So I will explain you with an example. For example, hemoglobin molecules contain a single atom of iron as its center. A body fails to receive sufficient amount of iron, an adequate number of hemoglobin will not be formed. So there are not enough functioning red blood cells. This is very simple. If you keep in mind the structure of an atom, we all of know that structure of a red blood cell, that all red blood cells have hemoglobin in their center. And the important function of hemoglobin is that to carry oxygen. So when these red blood cells move from cell to cell, actually they are transporting oxygen inside the cell, and because of that, cell respire and they produce carbon dioxide in the blood, which is exhaled from our body through our lungs. So because of that, you can see when hemoglobin contains a single atom of iron in its center, so if body is not getting proper amount of iron, so because of that, there is lack of hemoglobin will be produced in the body. So if there is lack of hemoglobin, so because of that, your body will not function properly because of lack of red blood. So a person becomes weak and there is a shortage of oxygen supply to body cell. Now we will discuss the next form of malnutrition, that is called over intake of nutrition. In short form, it is called OIN. Over intake of nutrition is a form of malnutrition in which more nutrients are taken than the amount required for normal growth, development, and metabolism. This is very simple. Anemia is that disease in which a person have lack of red blood cells in his body. O OIN is a disease in which there is a excess amount when we take excess amount of nutrients inside our body. So they can cause so many problems in the body. So over intake of nutrients is a form of malnutrition in which more nutrients are taken than the amount required for normal growth, development, and metabolism. So the effects of over intake of nutrition are usually intensified when there is a reduction in daily physical activity. So decline in energy expenditure. So how this is formed? The over intake nutrients means when we are taking excess amount of nutrients, more than their limited amount, and it can affect on our and if we are not taking proper exercise, if we are not doing any physical work, so because of that, a person can caught by a decline in energy expenditure in its body. So if he is taking high intake of carbohydrates and fats, so because we are discussing that they are taking excess amount of, because we are discussing that a person is taking excess amount of food in its body. You can also see on the screen OIN. So you can also see okay, when a person is taking excess amount of food. Okay, so the first, if it is taking excess amount of carbohydrates in his body and fats in it, so it can cause of obesity and diabetes and cardiovascular problems. So because of that, if a person takes over high intake of carbohydrates and fats, so due to that, it can cause of obesity, it can cause a diabetes, and it can cause a cardiovascular problem. It means the diseases which are related to its heart diseases. Okay, and if excess dose of vitamin D, if a person is taking excess dose of vitamin D in its body, so it means there is a deposition of calcium in various tissues. We should have to take vitamin D in a proper form, but if we are not taking in a proper form, if there is over intake of vitamin D now, it can be deposited in our joints, so it can cause of arthritis, which can cause of gout. Okay, so excess amount of vitamin D can cause a deposition of calcium in various tissues. So over intake of malnutrition, we have discussed three forms of malnutrition. First, we have discussed PEM, means protein energy malnutrition. Second, we have discussed MDD, means malnutrition deficiency, a mineral deficiency disease. And the third one we have discussed over intake of nutrition, means in the short form of OIN. Now we will discuss the effects of malnutrition. We will discuss what is happen with the person if it is if it is can cause of malnutrition. Okay, so you can see in the screen the first five: an extended period of malnutrition can lead to problems like starvation, heart diseases, okay, constipation and obesity. So first we will discuss the starvation is a severe reduction in nutrients energy intake and is the most horrible effect of malnutrition in humans. Prolonged starvation causes permanent organ damage and eventually results in death. So starvation means continuously a person is not taking food for a proper time, so it can cause of a lot of nutrients in the body, lack of energy in the body, and it produce horrible effects on a person, and because of that a person organs are begun to damage because the organs of a person not taking proper energy, so they began to damage, and because of that a person can be died. Second is that heart diseases. Heart diseases are also increasing. Heart diseases are also increasing. Heart diseases are also increasing so on the global level. One of the cause of heart diseases is malnutrition. People who take unbalanced diet, high in fats, are more exposed to heart problems. Definitely, we all of know that we have a blood vessel system in our body, and our blood vessels are very thin and narrow. So the blood which is moved in these arteries, veins, and capillaries, that should be thin. But if a person is taking a lot of fats, a lot of junk food, and lot of fried food to become the part of its body, it can cause to raise the cholesterol level in the body. And if the cholesterol level will be raised, it can make your arteries, capillaries, and veins to viscous. So because of that, blood will not flow properly, and because of that, it can cause of heart diseases. Okay. Third one is that constipation. Definitely, we all of know that in our balanced diet we also need dietary fiber and water, and they all are the part of roughage system, and they produce a lot of water which help to to eliminate food on in our body. So malnutrition often leads to situations where people cannot schedule their meals. Okay, so mostly what is the situation? Mostly people take the food, but they do not schedule their meals. What should they take at each day? So the irregularity results in many health problems, including constipation. So if you are taking junk food but you are not taking proper food in which contains a lot of water, for example, cucumber has a lot of water. All vegetables can have lot of water. Pulses have lot of water. Fruits have lot of water. So if it is not taking that food, so because of that there is less water inside the body, and it directly affect on the movements of rectum, and definitely if the movements of rectum will be slow, so it can cause of constipation. And the last effect of malnutrition is that obesity. Obesity means becoming overweight. What is the meaning of obesity? Obesity means becoming overweight, and it may also be due to malnutrition. So people who take food that contains energy more than their requirement and do very little physical work can become obese. This is a fact. If a person is taking a lot of food which is not necessary for his body, and he is not doing any physical exercise, so it can cause of obesity. So obesity is known as the mother disease, and may lead to heart problems, hypertension, and diabetes. So obesity is the root of all diseases. So it can cause of many problems like hypertension if blood pressure began to raise, diabetic, okay, the working of insulin is disturbed in the body, so it can cause of these diseases. Now we will see the boxes. These are the four effects which can face a person due to malnutrition. First we have discussed starvation, second we have discussed heart disease, third we have discussed constipation, and the fourth we have discussed obesity. Now you will see the box. The World Health Organization, means WHO, estimates that within the next few years, diseases due to malnutrition will become the principal global causes of mortality. So this is very alarming situation. Obesity, malnutrition is the main lead of all diseases. So it become a principal global causes of mortality. And second one, you can see according to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, more than 25,000 people die of starvation every day. Means more than 25,000 people die in each day due to starvation, and on average every 5 seconds a child dies from starvation. Every after 5 seconds a child is going to be died due to starvation. So these all are alarming positions for humans which we have to maintain. Okay, Betty, now your lecture has been ended. Today we have discussed the malnutrition and balanced diet in a detail. Okay, and next we will discuss some major causes of malnutrition. Okay, what are the major causes of malnutrition? And then we will start about digestion in human. And keep in your mind, digestion in human is very, very important. It's all diagrams, it's all short and long question, all are very. So you have to listen carefully. Uh, the major cause of malnutrition we will discuss. We will start our next lecture from the major causes of malnutrition from page number 156. Today we have discussed all topics till page number 155. Now your lecture has been ended. If you have any question, you can raise your hand. Thank you so much. Swan, is everything clear to you?